Everything. With that being said, let's get it out, yo. What we
Yeah,
got, brother?
we got a good one for you today, as always. On this day, beyond critical race theory, what they haven't taught you in the schools. We always go through that. We go through a series of different regions and places where we were tortured and maimed and buried, and they put water on top of towns. Like Rosewood, like Lanier. We talked about John Lewis and how he had one end of the spectrum, and then he got older, and they kind of padded his living, and he was thinking another way. We talked about all that. So we're going to talk about like the bread and the foundation of. There's an organization that we're going to talk about later that had an involvement in January 6th, but we're going to talk about the foundation. And Shear just brought out Leviticus 19 and 31, and it was talking about the familiar spirits, but it was also talking about the wizard. So we're going to go through something on this day, June 7th, 1920. The Ku Klux Klan mounts publicity campaign to attract members. Man, this is crazy. So on June 7th, 1920, a white Ku Klux Klan leader named William Simmons hired publicists to grow membership for the white supremacist organization. Confederate veterans founded the Ku Klux Klan in Pulaski, Tennessee in 1865. Remember where we were
Right.
in that year, right? From beneath white hoods, they terrorized formerly enslaved Israelite people and their political allies with threats, beatings, and murder. The KKK strived to undermine Reconstruction and restore racial subordination in the South. Faced with federal opposition, the Klan dissolved by the 1870s but re emerged early in the next century. In 1915, William Simmons revived the Klan atop Georgia's Stone Mountain. That same year, the film, remember we did a Beyond Critical Race Theory about this. That same year, the film The Birth of a Nation debuted, presenting Klansmen as saviors of white man's civilization and white woman's chastity. President Woodrow Wilson screened the film at the White House. And he said it was a masterpiece.
That's what he said.
It was his favorite movie. It was the best movie he's ever seen. Beginning in June 1920, exactly to the date 103 years ago, so it's really not that long ago.
Right.
The Klan launched a new public relations campaign that exploited white anxieties following the First World War. The 100% Americanism campaign promoted the Klan as defenders of the white American nation from defilement. Listen to what they say in these articles, y'all, by black people, Israelite people, Catholics, and Jewish people, foreigners, and moral offenders. This neat package of hatred caught attention quickly, and within 16 months, nearly 100,000 members had joined. Now, we about to go
One
through some
hundred thousand.
this, and that was in 1920. Listen to this.
That's all the white people in the country.
I'm telling you,
Yo.
that's a lot. In 1921, a year later, public pressure prompted Congress to put on the appearance. This is what they said. Public pressure prompted Congress to put on the appearance of investigating Klan violence and undue influence in local and state governments. Remember, we're going to do a story about this later on. Remember, I just said local and state governments. But Congress quickly ended its inquiry when Klan officials denied the allegations. So they say, hey, we're going to look into, we ain't doing nothing. Okay,
Right.
never mind. We was just playing. We ain't going to investigate. Immediately thereafter, the Klan membership applications jumped to 5,000 per day. Let me read that again. After Congress ended its inquiry, after Klan officials denied the allegations, the Klan membership applications jumped to 5,000 per day. In 1924, there were 3 million active members nationwide, including 35,000,
3 million?
3 million nationwide, including 35,000 in Detroit, 55,000 in Chicago, 200,000 in Ohio and Indiana, and 260,000 in Pennsylvania. Now, The race history of racial injustice ended the article there, but that's a good article. It does have a little bit more, has pictures and stuff. If y'all want to go to the www.historyofracialinjustice, go to that website. They have calendars, and each day, if you want to follow these, it's a great website. But Leviticus, it talks about the wizard. Now, before I turn it over to you, Shir, and I'm gonna do a side lesson from this. Maybe we can do a Truth Be Told Flesh podcast extra. The words "cool" and "Klux." We know Klan is spelled wrong; it's spelled with a K. But